Well, hi everybody. Once again, I'd like to welcome you on behalf of CueSports International, OB, and Kamui, right back here to the 22nd U.S. Bar Table Championships. And we've got winner side action. And we're going to have Jeff and Shane Lag. This is winner side action, everybody. And I think there's about 12 players left. I may be off by a few, but that was the approximate word I was given. So we've got one hell of a match for you right here. For those of you not familiar with Jeff Ignacio. Hold on, I may have to go out here and look at the lag. I can't decide. Thanks everybody. Sorry, they've agreed on Shane winning the lag. But anyway, if you're not familiar with Mr. Ignacio, he is from Manila, and he played at the Derby City, and he opened a lot of people's eyes over there. Of course, anybody comes from Manila, you would expect them to be pretty high caliber, and this gentleman certainly is. You're going to enjoy watching him play quite a bit. So SVB, rack number 1, here we go. I do have the payouts for men's and women's 10 ball. I'll pass that along to you during this match. And also I've got a little heads up for you on tomorrow's opening schedule leading up to the 10 ball final, which will be tomorrow, and I'll fill you in on that too during this match. Given this an awful lot of thought. He looked like he wanted to play the 1-2. He does that, he's going to need to hit it with a little speed to get the 1 off that bottom rail and back out, because he can't hold the cue ball there unless he's got something else that we don't see. Yeah, it's definitely the safety then. Good choice by Shane, especially with the 4 ball being the problem that's going to create. Well, fortunately, he didn't improve the 4 ball where it will pass. I don't think so. Shane may be looking at it for a potential safety. It looks like he's planning on the billiard 4-9. And even from this angle, it looks like it's going to be pretty challenging. He'd really like to be probably within a foot or less of the 4 ball with the cue ball to sight it. Now he's quite a bit away, so let's see what he elects to do and whether he's successful. Pretty cold there, make a nice shot like that and lose the cue ball the way he did. I don't think it was anything that he thought could happen. And I don't recall what happened. I was focusing on the hit. I'm wondering if the 4-ball double kissed the cue ball over there. I think that's probably what happened. Maybe he went right off the 9, but it doesn't matter either way. It's ball in hand, and it's going to cost Shane the first rack. Well, that 4-ball was going to be the problem for either guy in that particular rack. I think Shane did everything he could to get through the rack, and he actually made the carom. But that didn't produce a good result for him, so he's playing from behind right out of the gate. Hard to see if the 2 will go in the pocket by the 4-ball. If it will, the rack will play quite simple right out of the gate because position's pretty much given there. Play the 1 in the corner. He took a look at it, so we'll know based on what he does with the 1. And being as close as he is to the 2 will make it play a little bit easier if he's got a tight pocket. But he'll need an angle to drop in for the 4. Don't think he can make this in the side, and I don't think that would be the place to play it, but maybe it is, and he's going the other side of the 2, yeah? Like to be right on the rail here, probably. That's good enough. Got enough angle to come across. A little straighter than he wanted to be here. He may have to just draw it back to about where it is now. Can't afford to flirt with the side. That's the first two on Jeff's side of the board. So let's talk about money here for the 10-ball division, starting out with the men. First place is $4,000. Second is $2,200. $1,500 for third. $1,000 for fourth. Fifth, sixth get $625 each. Seventh, eighth get $425 each. 9th through 12th, $300 apiece. 13th through 16th, $225. 17th through 24, $175. And 25th through 32nd, you'll get your entry fee back. That's $150. Give you the women's payout following this rack. No shot on the one ball. No bank. The only other thing might be, well, he is going to bank it. Wow. You know why? Because he's got the 5 to help him. Because it's going to go long, and I bet it's going to graze in off the 5. See? See how wrong I was? I could blame it on my deceiving angle from sitting up here, but I just blew that one, folks. That's all there is to it. Okay, rack 3. Shane gets on the board, 2-1. Jeff read a break. So here are the ladies' 10-ball payouts. 28 women in the division, 1,000 added by CSI. So first place is $800. Second is $525. Third is $350. Fourth, $225. Fifth, sixth, $150 apiece, and seventh, eighth, you get a Benjamin. Important here for Jeff to stay at the table and control, at least after the opening break, to keep his advantage. Remember, Shane did win the lag, so he will break in the final rack should it get there. And this is just what the South Dakota kid wanted, was a turnover right away. Now the billiard on the 9 looks fairly routine, but he's going to have to be able to control the 1 and get the cue ball to come out if that's the route he elects. He doesn't like it because of the having to control both balls. Doesn't mean he won't play it. But I really can't see him playing safe. And the safety's doable. He could slice the 1 on the left into the 4, and come around the 7, but he is going to play the 9. He may play the combination. I still think it's the carom with some speed. You just got to kind of hope for a good roll, and that's the risk you take when you hit that with that kind of speed without really a good firm understanding of what's going to happen. And how can you can't be blamed for that type of a scratch. But sometimes you're forced to take a risk, because playing that slowly, he would not have insured himself of a shot either way. And this is a very, very formidable opponent that Shane has here. Again, I know maybe not a lot of you are familiar with him, and frankly, I just met him at Derby, but it didn't take long to realize that he belongs in this company. His body mannerisms and his stroke remind me a little bit of Levan Corteza. Very short backswing, just a couple of pokey type warm-up strokes. Pretty much about the same size as Lee. And for the second time, he's made Shane pay for his error. And it's now 3-1. Okay, let's talk for a second here about what's coming up tomorrow. The 9-ball division starts tomorrow. At the end of play today, in the 10-ball, we're going to wind up with just our 2 finalists when play's over today. So we'll know who our finalists are for 10-ball. But we're going to open up with 9-ball tomorrow at 1 p.m. Pacific, because that's when the 9-ball event begins. And right after Shane breaks, I'll finish that up. Someone just went off with a flash camera right in Shane's eye as he was about to break. That's why he stood up and looked. Okay, so we'll open up tomorrow at 1 o'clock in the 9-ball division, and we'll have 3 rounds of 9-ball for you tomorrow, 1 o'clock, 2:30, and 4 o'clock. Then we're going to go at 5:30 with the 10-ball final, and it could be 2 sets. So 5:30 Pacific tomorrow, 10-ball final. We'll know who those players are when we go off the air tonight, and we'll be full-blown into the 9-ball division, opening things up tomorrow. It's called the 1 in the corner near the 2-ball. The problem Shane has here, as you can see, is there's not a lot of space to stay right up in that general area for the 2. He's so thin on the 1, I don't see how he can keep the cue ball up there unless he can run it into the 5. I think he's too thin to do that, and if he runs it into the 9, he risks, maybe he's going into the 5. Maybe he can, or even around the 5. And he tried to cheat the pocket. And he cheated himself right back into his chair. I think he's got to access rail first at a minimum here. And if he ball straight on. Then he's looking at maybe going all the way around the table and to hit just before the side pocket like 3 rails. 1, 2, and scratch. Again, that was always there, that possibility. I think he played the shot correctly. And that's pretty much payback to Shane for his scratch, and he needed it. It's a real big turnover here in this rack by Jeff. He had a chance to go 4-1 ahead. And it would have been his break too. Well, it's going to be his break. So he had a chance to go 4-1 up and breaking. Now it's 3-2, and he needs to hold his serve here to keep his edge. Obi is the official cue of the U.S. Bar Table Championship, and once again we're thrilled to continue our long-standing association with those great people, and of course Kamui as well. They are the official tip of the U.S. Bar Table Championship and also the sponsor of our arena this week. It's the Kamui Arena here at the Grand Sierra Resort. And our third signature sponsor, of course, is CSI. So rack 6 underway right now. Well, this looks really promising if he's got an angle on the 1 to come up the right side of the table as we're looking at it, and if not, he might be able to snap it with like a center left and come 2 rails out of that corner where he's standing. He does have a little bit of an angle on this. That's the preferred route, is high right, hit before the side pocket, but you can see the position of the 3 ball means he's got to be pretty precise if he goes that way. If he could snap it out of the corner with a center left, I kind of like that better. I think he got a longer line to get on, a longer target line. But he's just a little bit flat on it. So let's see which way he decides to go. This is the key shot of the whole rack right here, so it deserves a little extra attention. Excuse me. Was the danger going that route? I mean, maybe a little bit more spin or a quarter tip lower on the cue ball. But I still think he played the correct path, even though he didn't get the result. Called the 2 in the side where he's standing. He really didn't have any intention of seeing that ball go in. Shane gave him a little tap on the rail there, indicating a good shot. Excuse me, and this is not going to be an easy ball to hit. See, by freezing it up there to the 6, he's taken pretty much both of the long rails away from Shane. He may have to go twice across. Maybe, he may even have to go 2 rails out of the corner where he's standing, but it looks like he's going to spin it. Can't hit it firm. Good hit, not so good on the result. But he did well just to hit that ball. Power draw this. It looks pretty straight to me. Boy, if he's going forward to try to come short off the 3rd rail, he's got to blast it. And he did. Beautiful stroke. Shane's got his hands full, that's for sure. I'll tell you, this guy is not to be taken lightly. He opened a lot of eyes there in the DCC. I'm sure we're going to be seeing quite a bit more of him. Seventh rack. Well, fortunately, the 2 is accessible, even if he has to float this thing forward by the 8. He looks pretty straight. He's jacked up over the 7. I think that's all he can do is just follow it forward. I mean, he's tall enough where, and there's enough gap there, he could spear down on it and just try to stop the cue ball, but that will make the shot play a little tougher, and the transition from the 2 to the 3 is going to require a good angle on the 2. Yeah, he is going to do a bit of a stop shot here, I think. And you could see he drove it right into the rail, so even the best player in the country and arguably one of the top 5 in the world has trouble with a shot like that every now and then. You can see Shane's not happy with himself, or they're shaking his head, and he knows he can't afford to hardly any more mistakes from here. I think this will go if it's hit with pocket speed. Didn't even need the pocket speed, it was clear all the way. So this is the key shot to getting through the rest of these colors. It's right here, right now. It's a real nice pull shot right there. Good job. Five to 2 and breaking. Jeff Ignacio. That doesn't look like it goes by the 8, does it? What do you guys think out there? He certainly has it in the side. I'm pretty sure he does. Yeah, that'll go in the side where the 2 ball is. So if he's going to play it for the side, what's his path from the 4 to the 5? He really would love to be able to play in the corner because the connection from the 4 plays so much easier that way, and it very well may go. Now he's probably going to have to try to come around the back door here, especially with the angle he left himself on the 4. If he was going to play the 5 in the lower left corner, he would have had much less angle here. Just got to watch the 10. How's that speed? How's that speed control? That's where you put it with ball in hand. How great was that shot? Wow. on the hill. We've got such great equipment here, as we always do, but just want to once again describe what we're using. It's a 7-foot diamond with Pro Cut 4.5-inch pockets, Simonis 860 Tour Blue, the Magic Ball rack, and of course Cyclop pool balls. The best there is, right there. Jeff will have at least 2 more opportunities to break should he not win either this rack or the next rack. So all Shane can do right now is take care of these and say a little prayer. Okay, well, here it is. Jeff breaking for the match to send Mr. Van Boening to a place he rarely visits, the left side of the chart. And it wouldn't surprise me to see these two guys play each other again before it's all said and done here in the 10 ball. Still a few more rounds to go till we get near where that's a possibility, but right now it's all about Jeff and it's all about controlling this cue ball. Look at the white ball. Dead center. And part 1 for Shane is an opportunity, and he has that. Probably going to have to play the 3-9 eventually. I don't know. Well, if he's going to be able to miss the 9 with the cue ball right here. That was the plan, get the 9 out of the way, and that was well done. Now he's opened that pocket up. And it should make the rest of the rack play pretty normally. got one back, 6-4 and breaking. All the heat's on Jeff right here. You know, I mean, Shane still has to bear down as hard as he can, but even if Shane breaks and runs, all the pressure goes to Jeff. And if Jeff comes to the table this game, again, all the pressure's on him. Every game this match gets extended, it becomes more and more of a crapshoot, just because of the pure firepower of both guys. So let's see what the break gods have in store for SVB right here. Looks pretty good to get going here. Come in between the 10 and the 2 off the first cushion. Because where the 3 is, he's going to be forced to have to play the 4 in the long corner. And he'll need an angle still to get out for the 5. Well, maybe not. That's certainly not where he wanted to be. What happened there? He got an angle, all right. It looks like the 5 goes in both corners. That'll make this shot play a lot easier if it will. Still a tough shot. Got to elevate. Yeah, having elevate the cue on that shot really added to the difficulty of it. But he really played a sloppy shot from the 2 to the 3. That wasn't the plan, to have to play the 3 and hit the 9 to stop the cue ball, and nevertheless, if the 4 is frozen to the cushion, it's going to play maybe just a little bit tougher. That's not ideal. Nor is that. I would expect him to play it in the side. Cross side. Wow. Cross side for the match. Nothing to it. Good job by Jeffrey Ignacio, 7-4 over the South Dakota kid. He goes to the B side. And Jeff is now probably one of the guys to beat. But like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if we see these two match up again. Anyway, our next match is in about 40 minutes. So we'll see if we can put something up here for you to fill up that space, and we'll see you at 2:30, everybody. You're watching the 22nd U.S. Bar Table Championships live from the Grand Sierra in Reno. We'll be back.